Greetings fellow learners. Welcome to IziCodeCraft. Let's turn our experiences into lessons. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and join the journey.
We're here at the Foundations course dashboard, and today we're going to continue with the course and going to start with the introduction to web development. I'm going to start reading it. Introduction. What do web developers do? In short, they build and maintain websites. Web developers often work for clients who are trying to get their product or service onto the web. The work is typically very project-focused and involves collaborating with a team that helps to coordinate the client's needs into the end product. The client could be a tech company, an organization, or a government. The work could involve front-end, back-end, or full-stack web development. Web development could be a good profession for you if you like solving logical problems, building useful things, and experimenting with new technologies. Web developers are in high demand, generally have a good work-life balance, and command comfortable salaries. Google your specific location to get a better sense of your local web development job opportunities. Just to add a little on this, they're talking specifically on web developers, but you can start to learn web development and then refocus on other programming area, being it mobile or desktop app development or even gaming. I would say this would be like the most straightforward entry to being a programmer from zero or someone with no experience whatsoever, and that's our goal here. Types of web developers. Earlier, we mentioned that web development work could be in the front end, the back end, or the full stack. What exactly do these terms mean? The front end is the stuff you see on the website in your browser, including the presentation of content and user interface elements like the navigation bar. Front-end developers use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and their relevant frameworks to ensure that content is presented effectively and that users have an excellent experience. This could be viewed as more on the design part of web development. Not that you're going to design it fully, I mean you can, too, depending on your specific role, but the front-end dev would be the one implementing and applying the design project of the website. The back end refers to the guts of the application, which live on the server. The back end stores and serves program data to ensure that the front end has what it needs. This process can become very complicated when a website has millions of users. Back-end developers use programming languages like Java, Python, Ruby, and JavaScript to work with data. This would be more the general programmer role perspective, I guess. He would manage more on how the app logic operates behind the scenes. Something of that would be in the front end, but the core of it is in the back end. Full-stack developers are comfortable working with both the front and back ends. At the Odin Project, we focus on teaching you full-stack development, covering all aspects of web development. So, we're going to start with both. I think that would be perfect.
Types of careers. Now that you know about the different types of web developers, let's cover what we mentioned earlier about the different types of clients and employers you may work with. Large tech companies, such as Google, Meta, and Amazon, have very stringent hiring requirements. If you successfully meet these expectations, they offer excellent pay, benefits, and opportunities. Startups are a bit like the Wild West. For a junior developer, it can feel like a trial by fire because of the pace of development. Startups often offer slightly lower salaries and require longer hours, but they may also offer equity in the company and highly unique environments. As a freelancer, you could command a strong hourly wage and the freedom to schedule and design your own products. However, you would be responsible for getting your own work, which means less coding time, managing billing from clients, which can be difficult, and being solely responsible. Strong people skills are necessary for this path. As a consultant for a web consultancy, you would give up some of your freelancing wage potential but be able to focus more on the code and less on the hustle. This option also provides a good work-life balance and pay. Finally, large, older companies still need web developers. These companies offer a good work-life balance, pay, and benefits but often move slower than a company that is highly focused on tech. So that's some more knowledge info on what can be our future depending on the path we choose. Tools of the trade. These are some of the basic tools you will use regularly. You may not know what they are now, but you most certainly will going forward. A computer, obvious, right? Google, this will be one of our main tools. The job of the programmer more so in the beginning is to search and research when a possible problem or question arises in the middle of the work, so Google's is our best friend for sure. A text editor, this will be one of the places we are going to live when developing, not exactly the notepad, but will be a programming text editor that will help us on creating code, There are various, so we probably are going to choose, or maybe the Odin Project will have us work with one specifically that they find better. Command Line Interface (CLI). This is the command line. It's that window with a black background where we can use some commands to execute some specific actions on our computer system. This can be used like a shortcut for a lot of things we do every day, being it opening a program, installing it, running an executable file, etc. Stack Overflow. This is a website where most developers go to when they have a question or doubt. We can find it on Google searches for sure. Whenever we have some doubt or question related with a coding language or tool and we search in Google, Stack Overflow would be one of the main sources to check on, because they have a very large community of developers, so we can learn a lot on what everyone shares there, and they have questions and answers about almost every tech topic. Git and GitHub. I think, by looking at the curriculum, that we are going to talk more about these tools, but to be generic, Git is a version control system. It tracks changes in files. It's used in GitHub and other websites that offer cloud-based Git repositories, where we are going to upload and manage our code projects. It's very important on a web development team so that we can manage the implementations and features that are being added on the project and can be used to manage the versions of an application. I encourage you to visit the websites and explore whatever you find interesting, but we are going to learn much more about them throughout the course.
Motivation. Learning to code is incredibly rewarding, but can also be difficult and frustrating. The strongest assets you can have as a student are a desire to build, a problem-solving mind, and persistence in the face of setbacks. The web development industry has a long history of successful developers with varying backgrounds, so people tend to care more about what you've actually built than how you got there. Yes, not sure if I already mentioned, but I'm already a developer. I'm doing this content not only to try to help and share knowledge with other people, but for me to improve as a developer. I think it will be good for me to review the basics from the beginning and then keep on studying more and get this experience and share that journey from zero with everyone here, to try to motivate other people too. So I can say from personal experience that sometimes this work is not the most fun or the easiest thing to do, so the motivation and the perspective you have, such as the goals you make and want to achieve, will need to keep pushing you through those moments of frustration, or that feeling you can't do something or can't finish a feature or a specific challenge. That will happen, but don't be afraid of it and worry too much. Those things are the things that make it more rewarding in the end, and usually the hardest moments are the ones where we learn more. So keep motivated and pushing through the difficulties. It will all be rewarded in the end, in some way.
So, why Odin? I want you to know that this will not be easy. There are plenty of other online curriculums for beginners, but they are often taught in an extremely isolated and controlled environment and cover only a specific topic. The Odin Project takes a realistic view of what you need to know and has you set up and work in your own environment, much like what you'll be doing when you get a job. It acknowledges that you need a wide variety of skill sets and languages to reach an employable level. The Odin Project is constantly evolving because of people like you who get further along in the curriculum and pay it forward by incrementally improving our content over time. Once you start to feel comfortable with the tools, start contributing to open source projects, like contributing to the Odin Project. The more you contribute, the more you will learn about what you can do, and the closer you will get to being hireable. These projects will also look great on your resume.
Conclusion. Hopefully, you've gained a better idea of what a web developer actually does and what your life might look like if you decided to take it on as a career. This has only been a teaser into the world of web development. In this Foundations course, you'll take a journey through the entire spectrum of topics that you will eventually need to know. This course jumps around to a variety of topics that you may be totally unfamiliar with, providing you a small taste of each and then moving on. The following courses will dive deep into these topics. You will build dozens of scripts, projects, and websites to cement those skills that will get you hired. Yes, it's going to be challenging, but it's also going to be fun. And it might even be life-changing, too. What are you waiting for? On this lesson, we have 3 assignments. The first is, check out the post why learning to code is so damn hard, so we have a good idea of what the journey ahead is like. The second one is, read the Wikipedia entry on web design that describes the breadth of the web development profession. The third one is, read Udacity's blog post on front-end, back-end, and full-stack developers. We have some additional resources as well. I think some other sources on how to become a good developer. So, what I'm going to do is leave this episode as an intro to this topic, and the next episode or episodes will be focused on these 3 assignments we have to finish. I'm going to try to make the assignments and all of this course in a video, not leaving things behind the scenes. My goal with this is to give everyone the perspective and the experience as me doing the course fully, so that you guys can follow all things of my journey. And I want to make you guys sure that I already work as a developer, but I don't know everything, far from it, so I'm doing this to learn as well, to be the most complete I can, and at the same time share with you the ups and downs, and hopefully you guys see my evolution and my progress as well. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this.